It's back again. So we're back at BCA. So the white Toyota's gone, and here's the part exchange. I took it down to Holsworthy because the Yaris that I sold the lady threw an engine management code up on the way home. I have absolutely had a gutful of engine management codes. So we're back at BCA, this time to pick up the little low mileage Fiat 500 with the battered body panels. So once I've got the keys to it, I'll let you have a look-see. Well, they're late getting my car out, I think, because I've hit here at lunchtime. I think even though I've got a 1 till 2 booking, I imagine they've probably gone for their lunch, haven't they? So I'm just having a sneaky look through what's in the stock here. This is the kind of thing you want to be buying. 2016 Octavia. That's a wash and stick out the door job, isn't it? You're going to have to do anything to that. 2004 X3, run a mile. Run a mile. Nice rangy in there. Another supercharged Mini. Nice bit in a 6 Series convertible. There's some nice stuff in there. I also took the opportunity to have a quick sneaky look at what was coming in on the transporters there. New stock that'll probably be in the next auction. There's a Nissan Micra up there, although the last one stuck around a while. This one's in a better colour. But I noticed some bodywork I wouldn't have noticed in the pictures normally. Anyway, let's hope I get my Fiat 500 through soon. So eventually got the keys to my 500. Doesn't have any paperwork, didn't realise that. So I'm going to have to do a bit of detective work and try and track down some history on it. Damage doesn't actually look as bad as it did. I thought this front wing was a write-off, but actually I'll be able to pull that back out again. And then the damage on the edge of the door here isn't horrendous. It's actually in better condition than I thought it was. Look inside. Inside's alright. Ah, random CDs. I have a random CD. Live lounge, right, okay. Seats aren't too bad actually, they'll scrub up fine. Oh, someone's eaten the rear headrest. I'm going to track one of those down. I missed that. Look at that, it's all chewed up. So someone's had their dog on the back seat, I'd have said. It's just all dirty. Just all needs a really good clean. But this one's only done 30,000 miles. So we'll get the tray plates in her. We'll drive her home and see how she goes. Low fuel, I need to get some fuel in it. No engine management lights, so we're good on that front. 30,578 miles. Sounds like every other 1.2 I've ever heard. So we'll quickly check the fluids, and then we'll go and get some fuel. So the little 500 got me back absolutely fine yesterday from Bridgewater. Drove absolutely fine. Yeah, she's just really dirty and needs the paintwork sorting out. So this side's all good. Wheels need a really good clean, but this side we've got this dent in the front wing there and a crease and a dent there to sort out. So it's a bit of bodywork on this one. Rear of it seems okay. Oh, a bit of marking on the bumper there, so that could do with the sand and the paint. So it's going to be front and rear bumper probably, and that wing a bit into that door there. Actually that bumper's not too bad, but I've got a lot on at the moment, so I don't know when I'm going to get cracking with it. It's a shame because it's a good sales car, this one. So the white Toyota's gone, and here's the part exchange I took in on it. It's a 57 plate 207 convertible with 90,000 miles on it. Bless her, she put a brand new MOT on it before she brought it to me. It had a timing chain last year, and it's got a raft of service history like this. Bodywork's really good, this, apart from a bit of lacquer starting to go up here. But other than that, she's really nice nick for 2007. Inside's in good condition. Bodywork, the seats are rip free, and it all just needs a bit of a hoover and a clean up in here. She only swapped because the road tax and the fuel was getting a bit high for her. She wanted something cheaper to run. She's drove this up from Holsworthy. The book, Auto Trader, said that I should give her 280 quid or something for this, which I thought was a bit cheeky, especially with a new MOT on it. I think it's just been serviced as well. So I actually gave her £700 for it, which I think is very fair. I think it's a cracking little car for the money. I do love my random part exchanges. I think that's one of the things I enjoy most of all about this job is the part exchanges. I get to test drive them, I get to look over them before I buy them, which a lot of the auction stuff I don't, do I? And I just love this isn't something I'd go out my way to buy at an auction, but I just love the randomness of picking stuff like this up. I've driven it around the block a few times. It actually drives really well. It's really smooth. So it should make a good car for someone. Down below, what should I ask for it? I'm not going to retail it. I don't think the hood scares me. It does work, but it scares me if it goes wrong. I don't want to get involved in that at all. So I'm going to have to sort of trade it out the door. Sell it as is, I think. But it's got to be worth at least $9.95 with the new MOT on it, isn't it? I would have thought. I might even chance my $14.95. If I got $14.95, I think I'd ring the lady up and give her some more money back on the part exchange side of things. I wouldn't feel comfortable doubling my money on the part exchange. I do that on part exchanges if I get more than I thought I would for them. I don't want to be known as the dealer that ripped them off on their part exchange, so I give them a call back, and I'll give them a few quid back, normally 100, 200 quid back, depending on how much more I made on the part exchange than I thought I would. But I might even let the wife have it for a few days if the sun's out. One of our customers' twin sparks has come out of hibernation. People ask me about what to buy as a modern classic that's going to appreciate. One of these, I say it every single time, one of these little twin spark GTV Spider, you cannot go wrong. These are going to go up, mark my words, these are going to fly up. Don't go and buy the 1,500 quid ones, for God's sake. I give that advice every time and they go and do it. Buy a £1,500 one and then throw loads of money at it. Go and buy one for three and a half grand now, the 2 litre for three and a half grand. Go and buy the best one you can for that kind of money, not the 1,500 quid ones, and enjoy it. They are brilliant fun to drive, and you will have an increase in asset. It will go up in value. These are set to go up big time. So mark my words. It's back again. God, I hate these kind of problems. Engine management light came back on. Give me a broken component any day, I can just swap it out and jobs are good. But this is coming up with a code again. I drove it for 40 minutes, the dad drove it, the son had it for one night, the engine management light comes back on again. I did offer him his money back on it, because to be honest, I'm getting to a point where I can't be bothered with it. I said, if you lost faith in the car, there's no problem, I'll give you money back. No at all. The engine, it drives fine, it runs fine, it's no misfiring, it runs smoothly, no problems with that at all, runs exactly as it should. It's only the lights coming on, nothing else is affected. Plugged it in, says it's a blooming lambda sensor again. Oh, I've had enough of this car, I really have. But again, like someone pointed out to me, you've got to put it in perspective. I have sold a lot of Corsas, and touch wood, this is the first one I've had this problem with, so I can't throw baby out with the bathwater and say I'm not doing Corsas anymore. Well, I haven't got any choice of it, I've got no one there. But I can't throw baby out of the bathwater. I've got to, you know, at the end of the day, if I can fix this, I've still got £700, £600 in it. If I can fix it and make a happy customer, fair enough. If I can't fix it, I'm going to be straight with them and say I can't work out what it is, it drives fine, blah blah blah. Offer him a big discount or offer him his money back, and then just sell it on spares or repair and have someone who's got a bit more patience than me to fix it. Right guys, I'm in the Peugeot 207 because I've had to nip down to Holsworthy because the Yaris that I sold the lady threw an engine management code up on the way home. I have absolutely had a gutful of engine management codes. I think what I've had is a raft of people who've cleared codes and stuck stuff through the auctions, and a lot of cars take a couple of goes to cycle before the codes come up. I've left her with the car because I need to come back and read. I couldn't get any signal to check exactly what the code meant, but it was saying something like Catalyst 1, Bank 1. I'm not sure what that means. P0420, I think, something like that. I'm going to get back to the garage and check it out. The car itself is running absolutely fine, sweet as a nut. There's no misfires, no lumpiness, smooth as silk still. But I did find an historical code for the same thing in there as well. Yes, a lot of you will be shouting at this point, James, why not plug them in when you first get them in and see if there's any historical codes? Well, hindsight is 20/20, isn't it, guys? We all know what we could have, should have, would have done. and I drove the car as I always do in my cars. I drove it home and back twice, did a school run in it. I took it for a long test drive with the lady. We were out for half hour, not a single code came up, but it's come up on the way home. So I need to get back to the unit now, plug it in and see what the score is and decide if it's an economical repair or not. I did put a warranty on it, but the warranties don't kick in, if I remember correctly, in the first 30 days of the car, because they assume the fault was already present. So it's not like I can actually put it through and make a claim on a warranty. So it looks like I'm going to be putting my hand in my pocket again for one of these old cars. I've still got to get back and sort out the code on that blue Corsa and have a final attempt at doing that, finding out what that's all about. And I still have to sort out that code on that Mini. So I am having a proper fun time of it at the moment, and it's one of those times you could easily turn around and say, screw this for a game of soldiers. I did say I was going to stop selling old cars and only get new stuff, didn't I? But the old that stuff in that sub 3k bracket, it always sells. There's always a market for it. It turns over quick, and I mustn't forget the ream of cars I've done within that price bracket that are giving me no problems at all. What a game this is. Certainly don't get into this if you think it's easy money. If you've got enough cash flow to fill a forecourt full of shiny 2017 3-year-old, 4-year-old, 5-year-old cars, you know, low mileage, fresh off a lease or whatever, then yeah, maybe there might be some easy money in it. But there certainly isn't in this older stuff, guys. It's a lot of work. Anyway, at least this Peugeot seems to drive nicely. Famous last words. So a bit different here, guys. I know I normally don't come on camera, but I thought you might appreciate to put a face to Chop's garage while I go for a little hoon in this Peugeot 207cc. Never driven one of these. Heard that this sort of age of Peugeots are all pretty uninspiring and pretty poor drives, but I have to say it's actually on these backcountry lanes here in Devon, it's actually a little bit of fun. It's got enough poke on it. This is the 1.6 16 valve GT. The gearbox is nice, turn-in's nice, it's got ample grip. We'll get in here. Yeah, there's a lot of body roll, quite a lot of body roll. As you can see, the camera shifted, but actually in terms of hooning along for peanuts, it's alright. I mean, it might just be that it's a sunny day and this is a good road, but actually they're not up to much. But as I string these together, the grip is decent. I'm not going to slag this off. A lot of people do slag these Peugeots off, but I'm not. I think it's a bit of alright actually for the money. You've got, I haven't got the hood down obviously because I'm a baldy and I'm going to burn up within about 5 minutes with the sun the way it is today. But if you've only got a, you know, 1,500 quid, £1,000 to get yourself a convertible, and you want something that's not going to cost a fortune to run, this seems alright. So I'm going to, I've got bloody holiday makers in front of me now. They're a necessary evil for the region, but they do block the roads up a lot. So yeah, I'm going to hopefully try and get past a few of these. Although I don't think this has got quite enough power to be overtaking lines of traffic. But yeah, I'm going to enjoy the ride back. Well, that's the unit I want, the organic mechanic. I'd love that place. Yeah, still looking for a unit as well. So I'm going to yeah, maybe I'll pull over, hold back a little bit so I can string a few more corners together in it. But as I said earlier in the video, I absolutely love cheap part exchanges. It just gives me the opportunity to go and rag something that doesn't owe me a lot of money. Although I won't be ragging this too much, just in case it has to go back, depending on what that Yaris costs to fix. But anyway, yeah, so let me know if you appreciate putting a face to the name or you're not really that bothered, because I can stay behind the camera if you prefer. Cheers. I've spoken to the lady on the Toyota, having driven back in the Peugeot, and we've cleared the codes and we're going to book her in to have probably new catalytic converter, but I'm going to test a couple of things when it's back in again before we go with that. But it's driving perfectly fine, it's idling fine, so I'm happy for her to carry on using it. And I've told her, you know, don't worry, we'll sort the catalytic converter, we'll try other things. If it isn't that, we'll go with the cat. So what we're doing now is cleaning up the Peugeot, because she doesn't want this back. She wants to keep the Toyota because of the low road tax and the fuel economy compared to this. So I did offer this back, obviously offered her to swap straight back if she lost confidence, but she's alright. So we're going to get it cleaned up and get it sold, because that's what's going to fund the catalytic converter basically, if that's what we end up needing to do. So it's really just a case of really good clean up on this and get it up while the sun's still shining. So the Corsa customers come by, didn't like the grey Corsa, wanted all the bodywork doing as well as the reduced price. I said I just couldn't do it. Again, I don't want to over promise and under deliver. I'd rather just be straight away. So we just reversed the deal. They've had their money back off the Corsa. I'm going to stick it up spares or repair. It may well be that if someone changes a couple more sensors over, they lose the engine management light. It may well be there's oil ingress into the wiring room, like a few have said, and the code will keep coming up regardless of what you do. I don't know. All I know is it drives great, it looks great, so someone will have a bargain out of it, and maybe they get it fixed, maybe they won't, but I've spent too much time on it now. I need to put a different car in its space, earn some money off it. I can't throw any more money at parts of it and risk then going into a loss. So we'll just leave it there. Hopefully they feel I treated them fairly. I've refunded them all of their money. I gave them that money for fuel that time, didn't I? So yeah, hopefully their experience of the car hasn't been great, but hopefully their experience of my customer service has been good.